Hello, my name is Cait Nelson. I'm a wildlife health biologist with the BC Wildlife Health Program of the Ministry of Water, Land and Resource Stewardship, and I lead the Chronic Wasting Disease Program for BC. I'd like to share some information on chronic wasting disease, or CWD, but first, some key facts about the disease that make it ecologically important, as well as being important for hunters and communities. CWD is a fatal and infectious neurological disease that's caused by an abnormal protein called a prion. The disease is known to affect deer, elk, moose, and caribou. And CWD will reduce survival rates and lead to population declines over time. But more immediately, it will impact people and communities that rely on healthy wildlife. CWD is not known to affect people, but there's a lot that we don't know about this disease, and so public health recommends that infected animals are not eaten. There are two main characteristics that make this disease so challenging to contain and manage. First is the potential to contaminate environments. The disease will spread through direct animal-to-animal contact or through exposure through contaminated environments. Infected animals will shed the disease agent, the prion, through bodily fluids and/or carcasses on the landscape. And when these prions enter the environment, they are persistent, virtually indestructible, and impossible to clean up. So this will create an ongoing source of disease in those environments. The second very challenging thing about this disease is that most infected animals appear healthy. We call these animals silent carriers of CWD because we rarely see animals with symptoms in the wild. So, so this is challenging because there's no signal to us that there's something wrong. Now, the reason for this is that it takes several months for any symptoms to show in these animals, and these symptoms tend to only show at the very late stage of disease, shortly before the animal dies. So most animals that test positive for CWD are healthy-looking hunter-harvested animals. There's no way to tell if these animals are infected just by looking. The only way to know for sure is through testing. In BC, we've been doing surveillance and testing for CWD in wildlife for over 20 years. The first cases of CWD were detected in the Kootenay region in 2024, and we've now confirmed 9 cases of CWD to date. This map shows the distribution of CWD across North America, but of course, this is the area that we are really focused in on. The cases in the Cranbrook area are of concern to the Creston Valley, but so are cases that have been identified south of the border in Washington, Idaho, and Montana. Most concerning are the recent cases identified in Bonners Ferry, only 20 kilometers from the border, with the potential to move up the valley. So our best chance to protect deer, elk, and moose populations in these areas is to stay ahead of this disease as best we can. We can do this by following carcass handling and transport restrictions to avoid introducing chronic wasting disease to new areas, by testing harvested and roadkill animals to identify new cases so we know where it is on the landscape, by reporting sick and dead animals to the BC Wildlife Health Program, and by learning about CWD, how you can get involved, and please also help us spread the word. This fight against CWD will require a team effort, so we welcome all partners to help guide and deliver this program. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share this information. Please get in touch if you have any questions or ideas on how we can advance this program. Thank you.